Alright, we are back for the final on the play, which is good, with a decent hand, which is nice. Could use one more land, obviously. Blue-red land would be good because we could cast Cryptic and Splint Twin with it, even though Splint Twin is not looking that good. And I hope we are not playing against Mono Red Burn because I doubt I have a solid matchup against that. We could be playing against some type of green deck. Green deck are usually quite weak against counterspells, but yeah, this is not a green deck, so I guess. I mean, they could be red-green, but I think we are probably playing mono-red. Yeah, looks like mono-red to me. This is not the most threatening card, but I don't really want to let them have some stuff and deploy a board presence. Here, if they just play a random creature, I get to play Jace, bounce it, or I don't know, we'll see. Jace will just probably die. Jace is not very good against red, but okay, that's a way I can win. That's a sweet top deck. I think this matchup is quite horrendous for me, but now if my opponent ever taps out, I just win, so you know, there is that. They might just never tap out though. Especially since they have the port, so they might want to port me. Okay. I think we have the win here. I doubt there's anything they can do for only 2 mana to deal with. If it was a Pestomite, you know, it would just die, but now I doubt they have anything to interact with that, and I can tap the port, so they cannot port the mountain, and we probably just win. For 2 mana, there's... Yeah, for 1, I guess 2 red mana, they could have double bolt or something like that. For 1 colorless, 1 red, I'm not sure there's a ton they can do. Cannot think of anything at instant speed. You have Flame Slash and Mesium Mortars at sorcery speed. But here I really don't see what they could have. So we might get to steal a game, but again I think this is quite a poor matchup. Hopefully the opponent will not make me do thousands of Exarch because I don't think time is gonna matter in. Okay, they want me to do it. Alright, alright. I can do it if you want, it's just... At least last time I can understand, because maybe my opponent thought they would make me time out somehow. But here it's like... I don't know, like, they are playing mono red. No one's gonna time out. It's just... Either... Yeah, I guess I can bank on the fact that I mess up, because I have to do it 20 time, I guess. But it's just... Do you really want to waste your time and your opponent's time? I don't really get it. I feel like no one's a winner when this happens. I'm just gonna do it slowly. I don't think time matters in this matchup. I just have to not mess up. Oh well. Maybe my opponent is trying to be nice and think I want to do that. I mean, I don't mind doing it. It's just like... It feels like a waste of time. At least you'll get to see me untapping a bunch of Exarch and hopefully not misclicking something. That'd be pretty bad. Yeah, Pestomite is Pestomite, sorry, is much weaker in this matchup because she dies to pretty much any any burn spell. So if they have 1 mana open, it's probably not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna do a little check here. I doubt I have enough Exarchs though. No, I probably have around 18 right here, I think. I did not count, it's just like looking at the board. La 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 la. So you can enjoy my singing talents during this magnificent. Okay, so this is 11, 14, 18, 20. Yeah, that's more than enough. Alright. Are you happy, Binix-san? Are you happy about the time you wasted? I don't mind that actually, but I'm like, sure, okay. Against the burn deck, I'm not sure we have some great cards. I think, well, Dancer is pretty bad. I think Harbinger is potentially fine. It can bounce a token, block a token. Negate is not the worst. Spell Pierce, I guess, is playable. Well, if they are playing tokens, Ratchet Bomb is actually pretty good. And they showed both Krenko's Command and Hordeling Outburst, so I can like that. Chip Removal is good, most likely. Now, what do I don't want? Jace is bad against Burn. Jace is a good card, but against Burn it's just not good. Against Burn and Token is not very good. Image is probably not really good either. Pact of Negation, quite meh. Caustic Counterspells, not really what you want to be doing. I think Fiend is probably fine. Like, they will probably not kill a Manowar, right? It's not threatening. So I'll get to Emerge, I think. Karn is probably a little bit too much mana. Again, Jace, very powerful, not very good against red, mono red. They have token, they have burns, just not an efficient card. Caustic Counterspell, not very good. Image, probably fine. Maybe better than Negate or Spell Pierce. The fact that they have at least two creatures that are actually, I mean, two token makers, so they count as creature, but there are things I can counter with this. Is kind of nice though. Karn is just not very good. Yeah, I wish I had some type of Anger of the God effect. I guess Ratchet Boom kind of does the same thing, but Repeal is pretty good against token, I guess. You can just cycle it for one and get rid of token. It's not the worst. Not the worst. Maybe I should be playing that over. I still want a couple card draw spells. Cryptic is good. It can buy you a fair amount of time. Spell Pierce, well, Negate is pretty medium, I think. Spell Pierce is fine though, because it's cheap. Yeah, I don't know. This might not be the best sideboard ever, but I think we did something decent. Huh. So I have turn 4 Treachery. Treachery is pretty good in this type of matchup. Not very good against token though. Repeal is decent against token. Ancient Tomb, maybe I should have sided this card out. Maybe, I don't know. On the other hand, being able to cast things earlier is pretty good. I'm not thrilled. This hand is not very good, I don't think. I mean, I don't think it's awful, I don't think it's great. I like this one slightly more. And we still get to cast Treachery, maybe, if we are not dead. Before we can do so. Vendor is kinda good. Harbinger I think I like in this matchup. Just bouncing a token from Krenko's Command and being able to block the other token after that is, it's a fine rate, right? If they go haste creature, attack you, I can just drop the thing. Okay. Rishadan Port, I guess tapping the tempo. I mean, Port is annoying, it's a good card, but as long as they have nothing on board, I don't really care. Like, the longer this goes on and the more land drop I can make, the better it's gonna be for me, I think, in the end. Now they can cast a 3 mana spell through Remand, which I guess is kinda good for them, but It's not the end of the world. And they did nothing on turn 1, nothing on turn 2, so now I have more time than I would normally have against most red decks. Yeah. Okay, looks like they wanna tap stuff. They have a bit of pressure now, but I can probably Harbinger a Goblin and still be, doing fine. And the longer this goes on, the less relevant port is gonna be. Because next turn I'll get to cast Venser through port, so it's like, sure. Yes. If they want to attack through the Harbinger, they have to use a burn spell on the Harbinger, which is good for me too. I don't think we are in a great spot. This is not what I'm trying to say. I just think, this is not as bad as it could have been, especially since we mulliganed. They put a card on bottom. Both cards on bottom. Okay, that's kind of good. Well, now if they start, using Rishadan Port and dropping threat, it becomes a much better creature, obviously. Pestamite. Pestamite not looking especially good. So I guess we are bouncing the Gouger and probably eating a removal spell before we can block a Goblin. I guess that's the plan. This is today's plan. That being said, they have to use another burn spell on my Venser, which is less damage on my face. If they play a burn spell, they probably cannot recast the Gouger and Rishadan Port, so... And if I get to eat a Goblin, I'm pretty happy, obviously. I might just steal the Gouger. It doesn't block very well, but I can start, applying pressure. And if I don't steal it, I don't really have an answer. So there's that. There is that. And then I can have Pestermite Remand available, which is fine. Yeah, you got my Volcanic Island. Or my Temple of Epiphany if you want. Alright. Let's Treachery Mr. Gouger. I think I'm going to start beating down. I take 1. I trade 1 for 2. I think it's fine though. Like, I'm going to be applying pressure this game. Maybe I should have tapped the port. I don't think I care a ton about that though. Stormkirk Noble. Venser is a human, unfortunately, so it cannot block that thing. Yes, please. Ancient Tomb. Not a very good draw. So this will attack. Should I be attacking with the other creatures? Yeah, I'm winning that race. I mean, and if they have, if they have some removal, that's a pretty good card to remand actually. That's nice. A roast. Roast is not bad. Do I want to roast the noble? I take 1 next turn. I guess if they have a bushwhacker or something like that, I take more damage. I think I'm gonna roast it. Well, I guess there's a chance they play a more threatening creature like a Stormbreast Dragon. And maybe I won't. Well, I can't trust a dragon, I guess. I'm pretty sure it's fine to take 1 though. If I had the Splint Twin, I would have won because they well, maybe they have another burn spell, so never mind. I think I can afford to take 1 and maybe roast that later on. There's a chance they play a random, like I don't know, Hell Rider for example. I would rather not. Oh, on me? Huh? Am I dead? That's interesting. They have Hell Rider maybe. Hell Rider is a lot of damage, or Koth. Char, okay. But they have 1 card left in hand. Huh. If they attack, they need to keep a blocker, otherwise they die. And I kept my removal, so now they just die, most likely. I mean, my opponent could have a removal, obviously, but if they have a removal, it means they have no card left in hand. I go down to 4. They have a goblin, so unless they top deck 3 damage burn spell, I win. Cloud Skate. Does that change anything to my math? Don't think so. I think I'm just roasting the noble and trying to kill them. And then if they don't die, I can bounce the token. I'm at 4, they have no cards in hand. But we got there. Whew, we defeated a pretty tough matchup, I think, but mostly due to the combo, game 1, and here, well, I mulliganed into a decent hand. Harbinger was pretty good. My Event Draw was not so impressive. They were kinda annoying with Sport, but they did not put a lot of pressure on us. Alright, we got there. Sweet. Hope you guys enjoyed the draft. Drop a like if it's the case. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content.